Hey, Z3KO Trinity here, guys. Guess what? It's a Stephen King book review on Pet Sementary. This video is about as fake as this little fugler's teeth. Look at this cute little bastard here. He's like high as he can be. His name's Stony, so yeah, fits the spot, but he is so adorable. Like, look at this big ass dude right here. He's like, twice the size, twice the price as him. But today, we're going to be doing a book review on Pet Sementary. Now, if you don't know what Pet Sementary is, well, I'm going to tell you if y'all just shut up. Oh. But anyway, Pet Sementary is about this family called the Creeds. They have Rocky, and they have this other guy. I can't remember his name. But anyway, Rocky and his family come to the whole... It was Rocky Balboa, but he's also known as Creed. So, Rocky Creed, Judd Creed, all of those Creeds. But they moved from this town because their old house used to be haunted by the Amityville. So they were like, nah, this is too much for us. So they went ahead and moved across country. And they bought this really nice, cheap house that's literally beside this road. And it's like a busy road. Trucks are constantly going back and forth it. Minivans are going back and forth it. Naked motorcyclists are going by going, woo! All the time. So it's just a really busy road. You know, your typical main road. So, but yeah, this family moves in. They're getting everything settled. And this really creepy-ass old neighbor comes walking by in his little walker. And he goes, hey, I had noticed that you guys are new here. And they're like, yeah, we just now moved in today, this very second. We just got out of the car and, opened the trunk for the first time. And he's all like, I noticed that. I was peering out my window. So, Judd, he's my favorite character. That's the old man's name. He's my absolute favorite character. I love it when he pours milk on him. So, oh, I did it again, Martha. I mean, he's just a hilarious character. Love his character. But he comes over and he's like, hey, I know you guys are new and all, but have y'all heard about that evil pet cemetery that's down behind your house? And they're like, no, that wasn't in the brochure. So, so he's like, yeah, that's where all these cats and dogs come to die and, jizz all over the place. That's why it's called Pet Sementary. And they're like, oh, well, we didn't know that. Will that get the kids infected with something or something? Something? Is that going to affect the kids? Something? But, he's like, oh no, there's just all kinds of animals stop there to jizz, and then they just keep going. Now, oh, okay, it's all good. It's all good. Well, the family consists of the main father, the main father, the wife, the little boy. He's very little. He's like a toddler. Barely can walk. And they have an older daughter and a cat. And the cat's name is Shishkabab. So, of course, not but 2 seconds later, the cat gets run over by a naked motorcyclist on the road. And they're like, God dang! Like, we didn't even pull out our bags yet out of this car. We got stopped by this old man telling us about cats and animals jizzing in our backyard. And our cat just got ran over. And he's like, oh, well, before it got ran over, I noticed it has a little jizz on it. We need to get that to the pet cemetery real quick. So they take the cat over there and they just kind of scrunch it over the land. And then when the old man finally walks over there, he's like, oh, you didn't do it in that spot, did you? And he goes, yeah, why? Well, that spot's haunted. Apparently, if you jizz in this spot, it rebirths the cat. The cat, like, jumps out of the ground, and he has a whole new name and everything. He'll tell you its name, don't worry. But, yeah, apparently the cat reborns itself through the jizz in the ground. So they're like, huh, ain't that cool? So, they buy a pet pigeon. It jizzes in the ground, so they have 2 pigeons now. They've had so many pigeons there, they almost called it Pigeon Forge. But, yeah. Anyway, the story continues. I know. Where's the scary part, fatso? When does that come into play? Well, they continue on. The wife, who just recently buried her sister, who was a man, she starts having visions of her man sister. And she comes there and she's all like, girl, you should not move there. That place is evil. And she's like, oh, I haven't seen you since the funeral. I hope you like the shirt that we put on you. And he goes, it was a man shirt. And she's like, I know, we figured, you know how Christian our uncle is. You know how that goes. She's like, I know. He never did like me because I didn't like the puss. But anyway, they had a whole chapter. Like, it was about 5 pages long of just talking about nonsense and stuff like that. But eventually she says the ground is Sour Patch Kids. She said it's a Sour Patch Kid land out there. Like, first it's good and sweet, then it's really sour and pisses you off. So don't be letting your animals jizz there. Well, they're like, too late. We already let the cat jizz there. And then the cat got rabies and they shot it in the face with the shotgun. It was real sad. It was about halfway through the book. But they continue on. And the daughter, they have to teach the daughter about death and stuff because they had to shoot the cat in front of her face. And she got, all weirded out about it. Oh, heaven forbid, shoot your animal in the face in front of the kids. Ooh, it's 2018, grow up. And, yeah, so they're telling her about death, and she's like, that's not funny. One of us could die any second now. And then, not but a second later, their boy gets run over outside in the thing. This trucker, he's like in his truck jerking it, and he's like, when he goes off, and then all of a sudden, he goes, was that a squirrel? And he looks in his rearview mirror. Nope, it was the boy. It was our little son. He even shit himself, too, when he got hit. Maybe it was before he got hit. Let me check. Before. But yes. The boy does die, and the dad is sad. So he goes out there and he grabs his boy. And he's holding him, well, what's left of him. He's holding up, like, his chin's touching his back, his arm's touching his thigh. He's holding him, and he's like, it'll be okay, son, it'll be okay, son. Wife's in the background's like, it's not going to be okay, John. It's not going to be okay. The old man peeking out his window is going, oh, that's bad, that's bad. So he rushes him straight to the hospital, like that would help. And the doctor says it's too late, you have to bury him. So he decides to go to the jizzing cemetery, but not the pet jizz cemetery, the human jizz cemetery that's behind it. So he digs the grave, puts the boy in it, like flops him over, buries it, and then goes on top. Little did he know, if he did those exact movements, it would bring the boy back alive. So the next day, the little boy comes knocking at the door. And the dad answers, and he goes, "The fuck, Pa? The fuck?" And he realizes that his son starts acting black. And he's like, oh, shit. So they take him to their preacher. The preacher tries to rape the kid, but the kid ends up killing the preacher anyway. What a twist. And, yeah. The story kind of wraps things up really quickly. It's like a very thin book. I think it only has like 2 pages, actually. Like, this whole book's just 2 pages. Like, a bunch of blank pages. I was like, well, that's weird. And then right in the dead center is 2 pages, so. But, long story short, the old man had a heart attack. The father taught the kid to box, and the mom had a heart attack. But she came back because she was buried at the pet jizzing cemetery, and she thought she was a goldfish. All in all, I thought this story was really, really good. I would give it a 4 out of 10, simply because, well, I like the number 4. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this Pet Sementary review. I hope you enjoyed the video. If not, click on the next video. But make sure you watched all of this video and give it a thumbs up first, then click the next video. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think, what you rate this video, and I guess... Red Little Stoney. I'm gonna call him Matt Stoney. Tickle his legs. Break his neck. Period. So he can come back alive. Deuce keys.